Grand Prix. As usual, Anto Varlo here alongside the one and only Alex Pato 94.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Anto, and welcome to Suzuka.
Welcome everyone, and first surprise of the session. It's raining. Will it be a full wet qualifying session? Will the track dry up? How will the race be? Can this affect also race strategy? What's your take on this, Ale?
Well, I'm not surprised anymore that it's raining, actually. We've seen so many wet sessions in this tier, and drivers tell me that it's going to be a dry race, so it's just going to be the qualifying session which is going to be wet. And we don't know if it's going to improve and the track will get dry towards the end. But some drivers are already going on inters, of course, on the track, and let's see how it goes.
Yes, already some drivers are have left the pits, including OWR Shumi with the Williams, the Z guy, also I think Olizi 05. Now, probably there is some problem with the audio because I can't really hear the cars on track. Can you hear them, Ale?
Well, I cannot even jump into an onboard, but yes, I can hear the sound.
Okay, so that probably could be my problem.
I'm gonna check in the meantime if
okay,
it's gonna...
now we can hear it. Now we can hear it. It's a little glitch from Codemasters, our friends that always like to spice things up when it comes to online racing.
In a negative way, though.
But Ale, this is definitely one of the track in which it's one of the most historical, is one of the most relevant, is also one of the most beloved track in all the F1 calendar. What do you think are the secrets of managing for a good managing of this track? So do you think you should be attacking every single corner in the race? Do you think you should be more conservative because this could be a very strategic race? What would you do?
Yeah, first of all, yes, it is a really old track with a lot of tradition. Japan always have crazy fans, and there have been some great automobile industry brands such as Toyota and Honda racing Formula 1, so a lot of fans here usually. For the race, I think pushing is not really the best solution because you're gonna get committed to a two-stopper if you do, and you're gonna lose a lot of time in bits. I think tire management is gonna be key here because, especially the first sector, which is actually awesome for driving, but it's still really hard on tires, so the drivers really need to be careful, especially in the first stint if they are going to start on softs. But let's remember, wet quali, so there's no tire choice, so basically drivers are free to choose whatever tire they want for the race, and we'll see what will happen because there will be some people who maybe start on mediums.
Would you start on mediums? Would you start on hards? Would you start on softs?
I think I would start on mediums, to be honest. I think it gives you a great window in the race. Mediums can last at least half of the race, even more. And so if there's a safety car or something, you can react in a better way rather than with softs. Because if you pit on softs, if there's a safety car in the first laps, you need to put on hards, or otherwise commit to the two-stop. But I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Those are mediums. What about you?
In these situations is always really intriguing, and because literally starting with every tire, it could mean an advantage. Because as you said, if you start on hards, you definitely have to go on mediums. You can't go on softs. If you start on softs, however, you may have the option to probably then go on mediums by the end. If you start on mediums, is almost 100% sure that you're gonna go with hards at the end, I would go with hards. I'm sorry, with mediums. I would go with mediums because, as you said, it gives you a bigger like window of opportunity to maybe pit with a safety car, and is also more flexible when it comes to the strategy. In the meantime, the first 3 runners have set their fastest lap. 139.1 is the actual pole position lap time of the Z guy with the Red Bull, which is 1.8 seconds faster than Oli Z. In the meantime, the Z guy's teammate King Kiski has retired from the race.
He crashed into 130R.
Oh no.
Maybe losing it in the exit, there's that curve.
See, you can see it now, and also Tommy, yes. Almost lost it.
Wow, it's super tricky. Yeah, I mean, this circuit is so narrow, full of corners, and, you know, especially in wet conditions, it's going to be quite tricky. But Tommy, even that mistake...
Oh, and also WR Shumi has retired from the race, I think always in 130R.
Yes, they are. So, yeah, good info for the other drivers. Don't go flat out on 130R.
Oh, and also Libenau also has crashed! At the exit of the down loop corner. What a big mistake by the Haas driver. Wow. This is shaping up to be an incredible qualifying session. Road Flash sets a 140.8, puts in P5. But also, I mean, I was going to say it before Libenau crashed. Wet condition basically make that 130R becomes a challenge once again. It's not an easy flat like it is in the dry, but it becomes once again a pretty important challenge.
Yes, it does, and let's not forget Dunlop.
Yes, too. Well,
corner to the right,
especially in the wet, brings back some very bad memories. Let's say that, unfortunately. But who do you think, since we're in Japan, who do you think may destroy competition like Godzilla? Who do you think you could do that?
Wasted it, and SF is back, by the way, and he is with an high point, E1 138.7, and yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race because those 3 guys will start on the back of the grid, and I think there will be these 3 choice of tires will be an option as well. Even starting with new softs can be a good option and go on mediums. Meantime, when yellow flagging 130R and then Ferrari going really slow, which is very well. I think he's out of fuel. Oh, Eric lost it. And in the meantime, my mate Anto is out at the moment. Take care of the stream SFV1, and Tommy is there. I mean, Tommy is 2 times up, but he made the mistake at 130R, so he has intention to go on pole. And let's remember, it's only the first run. So there's Sam who won. Yeah, lost it on traction in turn 2. Yeah, it's a super tricky track. We really don't know where to brake, and especially on traction, it's gonna be a pain. Change for a second, so maybe one. Tommy's in his half lap, Zika is in his half lap as well, so let's follow him. Wow, what a moment for this guy. And that's his final lap. Sam is the driver what's up at the moment is the guy who for a moment to unlock 4 times down this sector, and he is 4 times down in his first lap. SF, wow, he almost lost it on the airpin. Managed to go through. Running down towards the spoon. Wow, there are so many corners which you cannot take flat out because the car will not just be loose. Spoon curve, back straight, then 130R. Let's see how he manages. Oh, he lifts it, but he lost it! He lost it and he... Oh, he breaks his front wing. Wow. Damage. Damage from the wing for him.
Yes, sorry guys about the image is not refreshing. There was a little problem with my controller. Now it should be all good. Thank you, Ale, for doing the radio covering.
No problem. While you were out, there was another driver who lost it in a hot lap round 130 hours. So, yeah. But many corners are a real challenge. I'm watching some onboards and they're really struggling for grip. Almost every corner. It's amazing. Tommy's going towards Alpha. Ooh, okay, crashed the bridge. Yeah, on the bridge. And follow Tommy. Yes. P2, and he's 2 temps down.
We can see on the times here that Road Flash is on softs for some reason. I hope it's a glitch because the track doesn't look to be absolutely not dry.
No, it doesn't. There's no dry line, so it's not worth it to put on soft tires.
Oh, and also YouTube Nova was almost crashing before 130R. I think he has aborted his lap.
What do you think? Would you play a bit with DRS during a hot lap around here on these conditions, like activating and deactivating it, maybe the exit of the corner?
Could be an interesting strategy. In the meantime, I think Eric Holm, lost it just outside of the download corner, and also Tommy almost lost control of the car once again in 130R.
Wow, this is looking like Sunday's race.
Yes.
And this weekend in general, actually, at Istanbul.
So many runners have retired. 3. And so many still haven't put a fast lap.
Yeah, exactly. Front-up guy and Ericom just need to close it up and they will start P9 and P10. So let's see how. Maybe even I will start P9. And they will be really back at the back of the grid, him and Kikis.
Yeah, and we know that it's not even that easy to overtake around this track.
No, it's not. No, it's not, because the exit of the only DRS zone, so basically last corner, is a really tricky one, especially when you have Gutierre in front of you. So, and yeah, I think it's one of the few tracks in Formula 1 who just has one DRS zone, right?
Yeah, and Monaco too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Brazil has two. Brazil has two. Meanwhile, Olisi just put the fastest lap of the session in a 1:38.6, and Sam is retired, but he is voluntarily retired because we're on board with him. Now let's follow Rogue Flash. A bit disappointing in this session, only 7 at this point.
I think he just had one run on Inters. Let's see how we can improve. Oh, what a lap from Olise.
Yes, absolutely.
SF now starting his last top lap of the session.
Rogue Flash lap doesn't look to be that competitive. It's just 1/10 down in his first sector, so I think we should follow SF's lap because that could be for pole position.
SF is already 9, I think. 3 temps up. Tem is now retired, so 31.6 doesn't look really fast.
No, it absolutely doesn't. Corrupt Guy and Eric Holm have the chance to start 8th.
Three temps off at ASF as well, so just matched second sector.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
137.8!
Gained 8 temps.
Wow. What an incredible lap by the AlphaTauri driver. Let's wait for Tommy to cross the line. He does improve and puts a 137.9 that places him into P2, second place. Let's see if the Z guy is finishing his lap. He is. Let's see. In the second sector, he is 1 second down, so watch out because the session is not over yet. Oh, and Volkswagen has crashed just right in front of him in the exit 130R. So let's see, the Casio triangle up to third gear goes down. Has to push as crazy now. And he does a 137.892, which puts him P2. Wow.
Wow,
Absolutely incredible.
77.
And YouTube Nova was on softs for some reason.
Well, tried to gamble.
Let's see Rogue Flash who closes the lap, and I think he improved. Yes, he's P5. What a qualifying session. Incredible. Absolutely fantastic. Let's recap the first 5 positions. SF P1, the Z guy P2, Tommy P3, Olisi P4, Rogue Flash P5. Wow, out of 13 runners, 6 haven't completed, 5 haven't completed a lap. Incredible.
Yeah.
That's absolutely incredible. So, definitely one thing that we need to watch out for this race is Libanau's charge from P9 to the first positions of the race.
Yes, and we're gonna see how the race will shape up already here in this moment when the drivers are starting to choose their set of tires. So we're gonna see the situation during the formation lap and start to make some first impressions about how the race could shape up.
And also an interesting detail that Codemasters have implemented for online racing. We'll finally now know already on screen the penalties of the runners. So the drama is a little bit loosen up, that's for sure, because we may now know a little bit better who wins and who doesn't. But this can give us a better understanding of how the race is going.
Yes, it will. Thank God, I should
yes.
say. But,
one of the few the few things that Codemaster has done right when it comes to updates this season.
Yes, exactly. So, dry race. Let's see the starting choice.
Oh, so the first 5 are all on softs. YouTube Nova and Sam are mediums inside the top 10, and then Cornup Guy and King Kiski on mediums tires. That's an interesting choice by Tommy, Olisi, etc., and also by Liebenau, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, Liebenau needs to push in the first laps, otherwise we'll get stuck in traffic. So he wants to push from lap 1, I guess. He wants to be aggressive in the first stint and then try to jump the guys in front with his pace, his raw pace, which he has. We know that already. So, but I mean, I think runners on mediums will have a little advantage towards the end of the race and towards lap 7 or 8, where the softs will be really, really hot.
I think even earlier than that.
Yeah, could be. I mean, this is a track where you get a lot of overheating, so tire management is going to be key for this race. Let's see if SF can convert this pole to victory.
That's why I can understand SF's decision, because he's starting first and he doesn't want to lose any position in turn 1. But Liebenau, who, of course, to overtake people will have to push like crazy right now, his tires will be melting.
Yeah. This could be the main topic of the race. I mean, the only big difference is that ASF will be in clean air, so Liebenau not. Let's see. I'm really looking forward to this race.
Runners are going in their starting grid. We can't see, thanks to this horrible camera angle, what is happening. But here we are. It's the third, the fourth, and the fifth light is on, and they're off for the Japanese Grand Prix. What an amazing start by the Z guy, who almost went side by side. And SF leads into turn 1 at a very short run into the first corner. The Z guy, P2, Tommy, P3, Olisi, P4, Rogue Flash, P5, YouTube Nova, P6, Sam. We have already a yellow flag. I think. And Liebenau is fun. Oh, and when you thought you couldn't get any worse, you went from bad to worse. Olisi now is on the back of Tommy. It's really, really close. I think he could go for a move. He could go for a move under the bridge, but he thinks better of it.
They're really close to each other. King Kiski has already overtaken OWR Vax Viking. He's looking really slow on the softs, and Chronop Guy is on him towards the spoon curve. OWR looks like he's using the
and YouTube Nova has passed Rogue Flash. Oh, they're side by side. Oh, and YouTube Nova, I think he will get the position because he will have the inside into 130R. Let's follow it. Let's see who's going to lose first. Oh, and they haven't touched. Wow, YouTube Nova, what a move. But I think Rockflash will go on the inside. And Loliese is was overtaken, I think, by Tommy, or wasn't able to pass him. But now they're really, really close. We're on board with YouTube Nova that has a fantastic view of whatever is happening in front, but Oliese is not close enough to go for a move. But YouTube Nova P5 on mediums, he's in the driver's seat. Let me tell you that.
Yes, he is. And Oliese and Tommy are really holding him up. And it's only lap 3. So
it's looking really good for him.
Zidka is really close as well. I mean, if you stay so close to the car in front, so much time.
Oh, and Oliese has lost the car almost. Almost lost the car at the exit of the download curve. YouTube Nova will now probably go for the move. Maybe once again on the spoon curve as he did with Road Flash. But it's too far away.
Let's see, because Oliese is green. So, gaps are not updating on my side. Shit.
Also, yes, SF, because he has taken a little bit of advantage over the Z guy.
Let's see, because Chronop guy is really close to OWR. Bugs Viking is going side by side towards 130R. He's on the inside compared to Bugs Viking, who breaks it. Yeah, he breaks it. So
I think he made him. I made him pass.
Yeah, he made. Let's see.
He didn't want to risk.
Up to P9 at the moment.
Let's see now. YouTube Nova is really close to Oliese. He still doesn't have DRS, however, so he can't launch up the inside of the Haas driver. They're all really close, and this can get any. I don't think it can get any better for YouTube Nova right now because he's just a couple of seconds behind SF, who's leading this this race. So he just needs to manage his tires because he knows that in a couple of laps he will get the upper hand. And you can see already on the screen the black and white flag over Sam's name, which means that he has at least one penalty.
And let's keep close eye to King Kiski, who's already really close to Sam, and is about P7 at the moment.
But also is really close, the Z guy, to SF, and he will have DRS when he comes to the next straight. It's just 5/10 behind. Let's see if he can get any advantage out of the triangle chicane. We'll go on board with him. DRS enabled now. He gains some track, but not too much. As you can see, he has even turned off his overtake button because of that. Let's also put telemetry on so that...
Oh, Ericom is really close to OWR. Okay, as well, it's about 29. Ericom tried to move to one on the outside to make it.
Let's follow once again. YouTube Nova is behind Polizio 5, but is slowly dropping. Oh, we have a yellow flag. I think it's Eric Holm. Yes, he has spawned at the download. Once again, no safety car, which is isn't something too bad for the medium runners. But now let's be once again with the Z guy, because he's starting to be really close to SF, who has almost all of his ERS, so he's really saving it quite well. And the Z guy, who's using his overtake right now, still isn't able to be too close to try to go for a move, because even if he will have DRS in the next straight, we know that DRS is not that powerful around this track, or maybe like unless other tracks like Austria and Monza, where you have so many DRS activation zones where you can really gain a lot by being under the second. In this track, it's not really. So I wouldn't be that surprised if SF starts to push in a couple of laps and even breaks this second.
Yeah, he really looks in the driver's seat, not even deploying a lot of his DRS energy. So really looking nice and tidy in the corners, just going lap by lap, and yeah, I think he needs to watch over for YouTube Nova, of course, because he will start to get some pace now on the tires. He lost some time, a couple of years actually, but I think he's going to recover it because the softs are going to get hot at this moment. Kinkiski is now P7, he has overtaken Sam though. And now he's really climbing up. I mean, Kinkiski is only 3 seconds away from YouTube Nova, so he's in the driver's seat as well. YouTube Nova gets 3 second penalty, and yeah, what he didn't need happened. Let's see. Sam is really close to Kinkiski. Wants to send it one on the inside of last chicane. Sick. The guy with fastest lap.
They're really close now. But Sam doesn't have ERS anymore. And he went, and he goes inside. Will he close it? They're side by side. Oh, and they touched.
Yeah, they banged wheels. Kiski said, no, this corner is mine. And he's accepted.
Yes. Great defending by the Red Bull driver. But still, this race, it's settling down a little bit. We'll definitely know more when all the runners will stop.
Exactly, and C guy is really pushing to match ASF's pace. Even he has DRS, he goes wide. Yes, he does. But yes, he's really close to Tommy as well, as he has always been actually. 6 laps. There are no other boats track. I mean, Sam is really looking feisty behind Kinkiski. He really wants to overtake him back. I think he thinks he has more pace. And he sends it one.
Oh.
Wow, that's nice. The helicopter angle is really nice.
We were on board with him, so we couldn't see that. But once again, Sam is really close to Kinkiski. Will he go for a move? And once again the same up. Wow, almost the same move. Kinkiski has defended it once again really well.
Yeah, and let's not forget Chrono.
Oh, we have a yellow flag. We have a yellow flag, and it's the Z guy. The Z guy. Oh no!
Sam has lost it as well. Sam has lost it as well. He's out.
Wow.
He's not out.
Wow. What is happening in this lap?
Wow.
But also,
too hard.
Like, pretty interesting to notice that what we thought should have happened. So the YouTube Nova on this lap would have started to gain a lot on the others. He's actually losing.
Yes.
Quite a lot some time.
I think maybe the penalty god just kicked him a bit. The mentality, basically. Doesn't wanna push too hard or play the long game. Maybe he wants to go on soft towards the end. He's just maybe making some tire money.
Could be. That could be another point of view of his pace. SF does his fastest lap in a 1:30.8 now that he is free of the Z guy, and also Lizzie is not able to catch Tommy, which is really odd considering that he has been behind all race long in his DRS.
And Sam wants to overtake Chronop guy. He doesn't have DRS, Sam, and he goes on the inside.
Yeah, he made the move.
Makes the move stick. He doesn't have much battery though. The turn of guy is 60 something. And I think we're gonna go to the cameras with them again soon.
Update me on the situation, so as soon as it happens, we'll switch to them.
In the meantime, he's climbing up. He's up to E10, and
yes,
he's
it's true.
Really close to Corrupt Guy and Sam. So yeah, let's see, because the safety car can open up everything.
Yes, but to be honest with you, I actually thought he had retired. We know that he's fun. I thought he retired, but now at least he's really close to Tommy. They're both using their overtake button right now, which I think is a mistake from both of them.
Slipstream.
But at least he could go for a move. Could go for a move on the outside, probably. Oh, and I think they even touched a little bit.
Yeah, Tommy didn't leave enough space.
But let's see. Now they're really close. At least his biggest chance yet to take P2. And yes, he does take the position even quite easily before the first corner. So this may change something a little bit, but SF is really pushing a lot.
Guy up to turn 1. He's really close, but he doesn't make a move. Yeah, Sam is really good on defense. I mean, he's generally quite strong in turn 1, Sam. He's shown it. So won't be a really easy pass.
Yeah, in the meantime, Odegaard Volkswagen is the first one to pit it. He put on the hard tires as we thought he would have.
Yes,
and now I think it could be one to watch to see if he's able to gain a lot of time or not.
Yes.
But now look, Tommy is 4/10 from Olisi. And now he will have DRS.
He locks up. He lost some momentum.
Yes.
Yes. School curve.
Well, look how much SF has gained on this duo. He's 5.5 seconds behind. In the meantime, the pit stop window is opened. Libenau takes a 3-second penalty. And Libenau has pitted now, by the way. Goes in the pits.
He puts on some fresh parts.
Let's see. Yes, hard tires for him. And even changes his front wing, so he probably will lose the position even to Volkswagen.
Yes, he will.
Rockflash takes a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, SF is really going for it. That's a shame actually that we cannot see SF in higher tiers, because I think he's a really strong driver. Every time he has shown up, he has really shown his pace.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Next seasons, maybe could go up and make a new challenge.
But Ale, how can you explain this? What is happening in this race? That all the mediums runners have actually dropped back in the race, and like, could it be down to the fact that the soft runners were using new sets of tires, so that helped them a little bit, or do you think it could be just because of those runners didn't have enough pace?
I think it's up to tire temperature in the end. I mean, even if you have mediums, or if you have to maybe make some overtakes and push for it, then you're gonna have some, tires are gonna overheat, especially in the first sector. So even if you have mediums, you won't be able to show your real pace because of that. And I think SF and Dolly have really took advantage of the situation, because
But Ale, look how much SF has of advantage over Oli. 9 seconds. He was
he's flying.
3 seconds a couple of laps ago.
That's what I was saying. I mean, he always had clean air, so he could always decide the pace of the race. And now he's pushing.
Oh, there's a yellow flag. There's a yellow flag. I think is Eric Holm, who has retired. In a that could be interesting. SF pits now. I think he should go on mediums at this point, which I think he does. No, he puts on hard tires.
Okay.
So he wants to play the easy game, and Rogue Flash has put mediums on.
Sioli. Maybe he gambles. No, hards as well. Well, like 11 laps on softs, then you have to make 16 on mediums. So I think it makes sense, but no one has still tried the strategy. Well, Zeke just does.
And Tommy has overtaken back Ollie, by the way. So great undercut by the Mercedes driver. I think also Rogue Flash has put in new mediums, so he's trying this gamble. Let's see if he does pay off or not.
I think it will pay off, because like look at Ollie, for example, at the moment. I mean, if you go a bit further on the strategy on the first stint, then it's because you don't want to get undercut. But if you do want to get undercut, you want to have a tire advantage at least, but he doesn't have it. So, yeah, wasted chance for him, because I think on mediums he would fly compared to Tommy in this part of the race.
Yeah, and also because Tommy has put the tires one lap ago, so you'll have slightly worn tires. In the meantime, SF is really close to Sam, who still has to pit, but thinks better off of going into the inside on 130R. Let's see if he does a move on the triangle chicane. He doesn't. He knows that Sam doesn't have any more ERS, and Sam, I thought he was pulling into the pits. He doesn't. SF needs to overtake Sam now, otherwise he'll probably get stuck. Let's see if he's able to do the move. Oh, they're really close. I think they even touched a little bit, but I think it was fair game by SF, who took his line at the end. Sam moved a couple of times, and so SF takes back his P1. Libby now does the fastest lap on 130.7, which should add up to this frustration and almost SF lost it. Wow, almost lost it at the exit, I think, of turn 7.
I mean, it's not going that fast. Sam is still there with 12 laps old meaning sets.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a really weird race.
Yeah, even because YouTube Nova, I think YouTube Nova could easily want to go on salt.
Yes, for sure. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
You want to pit on lap 15 if the tires are good enough, and then put some fresh new softs to go towards the end. And
if YouTube Nova pits now, he would be behind Rogue Flash.
Kiski pits, it looks a bit borderline for him to put some new softs.
No, I don't think he should go for softs, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard. YouTube Nova needs to hang on just a couple laps, and then he will be flying compared to everybody, basically in the field, because he will be the only one on softs. Let's see what he decides to do. Would you go on softs and make another lap, and risking of getting undercut, maybe making Kiski?
Yes, absolutely. I would go and try and do this. At this point, it doesn't make any sense to then go on hards.
Yeah, it doesn't. Not even to stoppers. So yeah, it's the only option he has right now. And yeah, let's be careful because YouTube Nova has always been really fast towards the end of the race, especially in Singapore and Monza. He's really on a really good run, so let's see what he can do. Kiski now is losing some time to the Z guy, for example, and I don't think he's gonna undercut YouTube Nova, to be honest. Meantime, the medium runners are now in P1, P3, and P4. YouTube Nova and Sam as respectively 3 seconds and 6 seconds penalties. Front guy is still clean, no penalties in P4, looking good for him. And now is gonna be really close to Tommy and Ollie, but I think front guy will beat, I think, for new softs. And not worth to fight those guys at the moment. Ollie is really close, but I think he just ruined this race by choosing the wrong set of tires. And let's follow Road Flash because he's pretty fast as well.
Yeah, but Road Flash isn't really gaining that much compared to Ollie and Tommy. I think it's mainly down to the pace that he has had all race. Not as fast compared to Ollie and Tommy, but yeah, so it's not really gaining that much. It's really weird how this medium tire is behaving today.
Yeah, let's see what's the pits. Okay, YouTube Nova jumps into the pits. Sam will jump, I think, into the pits as well. No, he doesn't.
YouTube Nova goes on softs, by the way.
Front guy stays out as well. Okay, I think they will pit next lap. But now Tommy will be all over him, even though he doesn't have any battery. And
let's see where YouTube Nova enters. I think he's gonna enter right just in front. Oh! Wow, that was close. That was close, just behind the Z guy, but now he has, of course, the tire advantage, and most importantly, he hasn't lost the position to Kinkiski.
Wow, that was close. I was watching it again on the replay. Wow, there was 1 millimeter between the two cars.
Wow. Now, YouTube Nova is definitely one to watch. I think he could probably get Road Flash if he is able to overtake the Z guy, or at least with the Z guy gain some time on that pack. In the meantime, let's follow Tommy because he's really close to the Cronop guy. We're also actually on board with the Oli, so we can see what is happening from his privileged seat.
Let's see, Tommy wants to make a move. He moves on the inside.
Oh, but what was he trying to do? What was he trying to do? Because now he's definitely going to lose the position. They're side by side, and they and it touches with Oli. Let's see. Oh, no. And they spun. Oh no.
Oh no, guys.
Wow.
Oh. Sam stays out.
And the Z guy is overtaking Tommy, and now also YouTube Nova will get the Mercedes, and also he takes him and the Z guy. Does it stick? Yes, it does. What a move! What a move!
Ooh. Wow, that was awesome. Wow, that was awesome.
And now he's just 3 seconds from Road Flash. 3 seconds from the podium, but YouTube Nova has a penalty, but so does Road Flash. And Sam has 6 seconds of penalty, but he still has to pit. So it's looking great for YouTube Nova. But Ale, who do you think was at fault between Tommy and Oli? Which, by the way, once again, they're really close again.
Yeah, and wow, they're creating a train from P7 to P4. I think YouTube Nova will start to get faster now. But what a recovery from the Z guy as well. I mean,
yes.
He lost it, if you remember.
Yes, incredible.
I mean, he is on the podium actually, because YouTube Nova and Road Flash have penalties. So he's potentially already in P3.
Yeah. But Ale, who do you think was at fault between Tommy and Oli?
Well, I think Tommy went a bit too late on the brakes, chicane, and should have left some space to Oli in the exit. I think it's kind of a racing incident in the end, but just
I'm pretty sure Oli, however, will try to send it to the stewards because I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to say it's 50-50. I think it's 55-45. I think 55% is Tommy's fault. It's not like he killed someone. Like, it's not that of unsportsman like contact.
Yeah,
yes, but if we have to put the blame on someone, I think that he's at fault. But let's see if the stewards could call it a racing incident or something that could have been avoidable. I don't know. It's really close. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets penalized with probably 5 seconds, or if nothing happens. Because at the end, Ollie's still behind Tommy, so...
Yeah. And I think Sam will get jumped by everybody. Because... I mean, he's going long.
Yes, he will be it will be last. He will be dead last.
Maybe he's hoping for a safety car or something.
I mean...
yeah, it's kind of praying, but
yes.
Yeah. And he goes straight to pits right now. Nova is flying compared to Rock Flash.
Yes, but now this Tommy's really close to the Z guy. He opens up the DRS. He will definitely have the chance to turn one. The Z guy is without any ERS. Let's see if he's able to do the move. Takes on the outside, tries to go to the inside, but the Z guy closes both times really well and keeps his P4.
And now where we can see drivers really close to each other, especially in midfield.
It's shaping up to be a real good and entertaining race, which honestly isn't something that you really expect from Suzuka, considering how technical it is and how complicated it is. But now, Ale, I want to show you one thing only. SF has 19 seconds of advantage over YouTube Nova. 19! Yeah. This means that in a couple of laps he will be able to pit again, put softs, and do a qualifying lap.
Yeah, he can make the Grand Chelem, leading every lap of the race, pole position, fastest lap, and basically.
But I don't think he does, because he hasn't led all laps when because YouTube Nova has led a couple of them.
Pit first, yeah, he didn't pit last.
But
when he goes off, SF has gone a bit off.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're on board with him for only a couple of seconds. Or now, YouTube Nova is really close to Rogue Flash. And he will have the tire advantage, of course, and also he has a lot of pace. YouTube Nova has to try, however, to break out 3 seconds over the Z guy, Tommy, and Oli. Otherwise, he'll be out of the podium.
Yeah, a lot of.
Well, there's a yellow flag. I think Sam. Yes, Sam. Sam had lost it, but he's thankfully for him, he's back. Running with no problems.
Noah is now really getting held up by Rock Flash. Needs to make a move.
Yeah, he needs to do a move now.
Already. 140R is really close.
Oh!
Thinks about it. But he has a lot more grip.
Yes, but he doesn't have. Well, they're really close on ERS, both of them. I think YouTube Nova will not pass Rogue Flash in this lap, but let's see Oli, because he's really close to Tommy, so he could go once again for the move into the triangle chicane. He thought about it. He really thought about it. Oh, and almost loses it. Almost loses the control of the car.
YouTube Nova's there.
Let's see. Oh,
I think so,
no, yes. Lifts off, and doesn't go for the move. But look, he has only 1.3 seconds of advantage over the Z guy. He has, so he has 3 seconds over Ollie, who's P6 at the moment. So if he doesn't make a move and gains some time over the others, he will finish 5th. So he needs to hurry up. He needs to overtake Rogue Flash in this lap, or at least by the beginning of next lap.
Yeah.
Because also the Z guy is really close to them. He will get DRS right now.
You can see it in the onboard for YouTube. Nova is really, really much faster than Rogue Flash in corners. Just needs to overtake him. Just needs to overtake him. Not so close. Oh, Rogue Flash goes
Rogue Flash goes right. It takes another 3-second penalty, which will now definitely put him outside of the podium.
Yes, momentum.
Yes, we're on board with the Z guy, always for the same reason of him having an incredible seat for viewing the battle in front. YouTube Nova doesn't go for the move in the triangle chicane. Will definitely go for a move into turn 1. He gets a fantastic exit of the corner.
And YouTube Nova will overtake Rogue Flash. Wow.
Let's see. Yes, he did.
The whole sequence. He just faked to overtake him on 140R. Not using his overtake, just using his more amount of grip. And Rogue Flash used his ERS. So on the main straight, he was sitting duck. Couldn't do anything. So well prepared. Wise move and nice move.
And now YouTube Nova needs to pray that Rogue Flash holds up the Z guy a little bit. Needs to hope that the Z guy doesn't gain a lot of time. But also YouTube Nova needs to think about pushing hard, because if he doesn't, Tommy will get him on penalties. He needs to gain, I think, a second or something around, yeah, pretty much a second over Tommy if he wants to keep his podium, because at this point he's not. He would finish 4th.
Yeah, and YouTube Nova is not gaining that much actually.
Yes.
Because of course Rogue Flash wants to be in the DRS train, and the Z guy is a really good spectator in this battle. Really close.
Yeah, the Z guy doesn't. Oh, and the Z guy gets 3-second penalty. And even touch. He even touches with Rogue Flash. Now they're both gonna have DRS. Let's see, and let's see if he closes the move.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. And now YouTube Nova is on the podium for sure, but now he's gonna be a fight with the Z guy. He takes P2 or actually P3, because Tommy is still right now on the podium.
Yeah, I think Ollie's role will be key. If he matches up, then YouTube Nova will not be in the podium again.
Or the Z guy, yes.
Yeah, and he's catching up. He's really catching up. So yeah,
there is 3.4 seconds between him. No, wait, there is. There is. 3.7 seconds between him and Ollie. So if Ollie is able to gain 7/10 on the Ferrari driver, he's on the podium.
Yeah, yes, he does. What a wasted chance, I think, for Kinkies. He went on a conservative strategy. He just put some new cards on lap 15, which kinda doesn't make sense to be fair. Now it's really... It could have been so close to the podium as well.
Yes.
I mean, and Tommy is there to go as soon as to make it up.
In the meantime, Ollie's actually losing. Yeah, but Ollie has lost some time over... Oh, and Tommy on Rogue Flash, yes, yeah. Sorry. We were on board with Rogue Flash. We couldn't see... We only saw Tommy on the inside. That was an amazing move done by the Mercedes driver. But now Ollie has actually lost some time. He's now 4 seconds behind YouTube Nova, who is fighting with the Z guy, who almost loses it.
Wow,
at the exit of the
Tommy's there.
download, and Tommy's there. But Tommy doesn't need to do this. Tommy literally just needs to stay there. He will be second. And he can see it by his screen. I've no idea why he's pushing that hard. He can see it by his screen right now that both of the drivers in front have a penalty, unless he maybe has 2 warnings and he doesn't want to risk.
Yeah, you're right.
But with 3 laps to go, he just literally needs to stay there. And Ollie has gained, once again, a lot over YouTube Nova. They're now 3.3 seconds apart. And the Z guy is really close to the Ferrari driver. But he doesn't have any ERS left, basically. He'll get a little bit from out of this braking zone. I think he activated a little bit too early, though, to get any real advantage. And it's way too far behind to hope to go for a move. So, not on this lap. He has to try on next lap, otherwise he will not be on the podium. And Ollie is really faster than YouTube Nova in the second sector, but then he loses everything basically in the last one, the third, because right now he's back to be 3.8 seconds behind the Ferrari driver.
Yeah, that's what, when Z-Guy lost it, that's what about his narrow track. Like, if another driver in front of you makes a mistake, you cannot even overtake.
Yes.
It's really hard for drivers.
And YouTube Nova is now in a bit of a predicament, because the softs will definitely die maybe in the next lap, or already dying now. And he's 3.5 seconds, 3.6 now behind Ollie. Well, in front of Ollie. Wow. It will be close. It will be really close.
Up, and Keith is closing up as well. So it will be 2 laps.
Oh, and almost Tommy, who goes on the inside of the Z guy once again, completely unnecessarily. But now the Z guy is really close. YouTube Nova tries to go for defensive. They're both at no more ERS. Let's see if he's able to go for a move. Oh, maybe on the inside. But he doesn't.
Like this, and Tommy, wow, he goes on the outside.
Yes, he does. He does make the move. Takes P3. Takes P3. Yes, incredible. But Ollie is now 3.4 seconds, 3.5 seconds behind YouTube Nova. Everything can be decided in the next lap. If Tommy battles with YouTube Nova is definitely going to be outside of the podium. Tommy's P2 for sure right now. So he definitely doesn't even need to take the position, unless he wants to push a little bit more, because he knows that he may have some penalties for his incident with Ollie. We don't know about that. And YouTube and Olizzi is actually 2.8 seconds behind YouTube Nova now. It's 2.8 seconds.
That's key. Kiki's key at the moment.
SF does a fastest lap of 128.9 on used hards. What about that?
He didn't get much of the cameras, so he made sure it wasn't forgotten. And wow, they maybe lost some part of this problem.
Oh, and he touches again.
Wow.
He touched again, and Ollie gets a 3-second penalty now. Ollie took a 3-second penalty for him. So in the last lap, no, what a mistake by the Haas driver. He would have been third. He would have been. And now YouTube Nova needs to drive for his life, basically. If he wants to keep his podium, he needs to stay in front of the Z guy, and maybe even try and force Tommy to make a mistake to probably get a penalty.
Let's not forget SF though. He deserves at least to.
Yes, he does. We can see him now. We'll see him in a couple of seconds, because the Z guy's on the inside of Tommy. Let's see if he goes for if he can stick it. They're gonna be side by side, and he does make the move.
And now Tommy goes on the outside, going on the inside. Then
I think they touched a little bit.
Oh! Oh wow, what a defense.
Wow, what a move. But in the meantime, SF crosses the line to win the Japanese Grand Prix by an absolute mile. 25 seconds of lead over YouTube Nova, who's now P2. Will he be P2 also at the end of this lap? We'll see. It's going to be a race to the flag, basically, to see who's going to take the final position on the podium. And the Z guy goes on the inside. And it does, and it touches with Tommy, who loses the front wing a little bit. YouTube Nova will cross the line in P2. Will it be P2? Also at the end, and it doesn't. He gets P3, Tommy gets P2, the C guy P4, only P5, and Libenau gets P6 at the end. What an amazing race for him. After being dead last after turn 1. What a race, however, incredible. Incredible stuff. Wow.
That was fun.
That was incredible. Fantastic. But chapeau to SF, because winning. Oh, and Sam steals his fastest lap at the last lap, 128.8.
And he does.
Wow.
If you want to see some more races like this, guys, just connect in 20 minutes, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 4 live here on YouTube, Race Spec Esports channel. So don't leave us alone.
What a race. YouTube Nova gets the driver of the day. Honestly, my driver of the day is SF, because winning by 25 seconds over the runner who's P2, it's something incredible. An absolute masterful, an absolute masterpiece of a race for the AlphaTauri driver. Wow. I was not expecting this race. Absolutely, but no chance that this race was going to be this interesting. He had no reason to be this interesting, but he did. Incredible. Congratulations to all the drivers who have been in this race. Let's recap the positions. SF wins the race. P1, Tommy, P2, YouTube Nova, P3, the Z guy, P4, Ollie, P5, Libenau, P6, Rockflash, P7, OWR Shumi, P8, on the points once again, or WR Shumi, Sem, P9, OWR Volkswagen, P10, Chronop Guy, 11th, Kinkiski, 12th, Oricom, 13th, the only retiree of the day. From Antovarlo and Alex Pato, thank you very much, guys. And we'll see you on this channel in maybe 20 minutes for our Tier 1, where definitely we'll crash into each other as all good Ferrari drivers do. Thank you very much, guys. Ciao, ciao.
See you next time, guys.